Hi everyone, nice to see you, and yes, I am aware that is a terrible introduction. Today we are doing a renovation of a flat in San Myshuno, and every single room in the pack is a different colour. So at first I was like, oh, we'll do 7 rooms and we'll do it as a rainbow, but then I used a random colour generator, as you can see here, so the first colour was green. I have to be honest, this bathroom is green, and then I do another build later that's green, completely forgetting that I'd already done green. So at the end, this bathroom is a different colour, so what you're seeing here is not the final result. So green's pretty easy for a bathroom. It just kind of looks a bit gross, really, and that's kind of the aim I was going for. So as I was decorating and updoing this house, what do you call it, upcycling? I don't know. Renovating even. I kind of got this idea in my head that the people who live here are a kooky sort of mum, parent, and a cute child. And that's kind of based on the colours as well. Here we go is blue. Okay, so here's the second bathroom, and that is the ensuite for the master. And, I mean, blue is really easy. I could have done it for every room, and I'm not really sure why I wasted such a good colour of blue on a bathroom but, you know, you do what you do at the time. So here I am creating the bathroom with I actually really like the blue bathtub and the blue toilet. Would I like it in real life? Probably not, but I think this is cute. I think this is one of the cutest rooms. In terms of decorating all the bathrooms, I don't really think I over-decorated. I could have probably done a bit more. Just pretend that rug is sort of... Oh my god, this is a quick video. We're moving on to yellow. This is the master bedroom, and this is where I started thinking about the narrative. And the woman who lives here, she's a bit kooky, and I got a bit carried away and I designed her, and she's got pink hair and she just plays by her own rules. And I kind of was very inspired by Van Gogh, and as you can see, it's just all yellow. And I made the bedroom a bit bigger to fit in a wardrobe, and I didn't choose that one in the end because it looked too manly. I edited this quickly, not gonna lie. When I was doing the editing for this, I was like chop, 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 and didn't give myself as much time to breathe as I thought I would. So maybe narrating is kind of hard. And what I did in terms of the new floor plan was I tried to make sure that every single bedroom had, but not every single room had access to a window. And I also added a lot more rooms just so it gave us more of a challenge in terms of colours. So yeah, I could have done an open living, kitchen, whatever area, but I just didn't think that that would be enough of a challenge, really. So I just wanted to go overboard. Right, next we're on to pink. So this was the little girl's room. I imagine it had to be a child, but sort of on the cusp of teenage years, I guess. So I could do kind of change the layout and the rooms a bit. And speaking of this room, and I think generally all the rooms and flats, apartments, The Sims are just huge. I live in a flat in London, and it's probably a third of this size, and it's a 1 bed. So this is kind of lap of luxury, to be honest. And yes, everything in here is super pink, super pretty. It is all a bit eclectic, so nothing is really beautifully neat, and none of the swatches match. Not that any swatches match anyway, to be honest, but it's kind of trying to be a mix of the colour challenge and fun, but also trying to create a personality for these Sims. And I got really excited, actually, about creating them in my head, and I was like, I actually want to play this now, because this was only supposed to be, you know, a colour challenge and trying to challenge myself to do something different. And yeah, so I used a random colour generator, but sometimes I recorded me doing that and sometimes I didn't. And even though it was going to be the rainbow theme, pink isn't in the rainbow, so I was like, I'm just going to go with all the other colours, think of them, and that's why we end up with a colour later that I now slightly regret, just because it's not really a colour in the traditional, well, it is a colour, not a colour, I don't know how you say it. So yeah, it's just a generic cute kid's bedroom, really. And yeah, there's nothing much more to say. I'm adding a dresser, and this is the point where I was like, oh, maybe she's a bit older, maybe if I add the dresser, change the bed, make it a bit more sophisticated, it'll fit the whole preteen sort of vibe. But then when I actually created a Sim, I was like, no, she is very self-assured in herself, this kid. Like, she likes pink, she likes what she likes, and she seems pretty cool. And now we're on to purple. So with purple, I kind of unintentionally was inspired by the awful flat that you saw at the beginning that I completely just got rid of and renovated. And they actually had these sofas. And the whole thing with this living room, I know it's small, but they face onto the 2 windows on the side. And I thought that would let in loads of light and actually be really nice and cozy. I don't know if people would like that sort of thing, but I do. And I try to kind of bring in this sort of hippie vibe. I don't know, purple just kind of gives that sort of vibe, you know, if it's done in a specific way, which hopefully I did. In terms of TVs, I don't think there was any TVs until one said it counted in tiny living, which I used, but I'm not entirely convinced by. But you know what this room reminds me of completely is the early 2000s, and I think it's that rug. Like, I swear every single girl's bedroom was like that, or some sort of variety of that. And I felt like I was in an episode of Changing Rooms, if anyone ever watched that, or am I really, really showing my age? You know, the one with Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen? Yeah, and then I remember there was one episode I watched once where the where the woman was like, I don't like what you've done. And I've never seen a property show where they're like, oh, I don't like it. So that was, I've always remembered that. And I've always been like, maybe not everybody always wants their house renovated. Like if you're in, 60-minute makeover, which is awful. Are people that happy? Because if you look back at it, it looks so dated, but I guess it was modern at the time. Right, we're on to green again. Because I am an idiot, and for some reason, even though I did this all in one sitting, I forgot that I'd done the green bathroom, but this does stay. And for a green kitchen, it's ugly, guys. Like, it's ugly, but that's why I love it. At first, I kind of went with this bluey green, and then I was like, is that green? And in the end, I kind of think I went a bit more rustic and dirty. And yeah, but nothing ever matched. I was like, why this? We've got a turquoise sort of sink and that's all we've got, but then none of the counters were any type of colour. Oh, I had this idea that I'd add in another window to let in more light because this area of the kitchen is super dark. But, I mean, I suppose you could have it all open plan and very beautiful and modern, but that really wasn't the point of this build. It was just to be this very kooky, eclectic house. So I think I could have done more with it, you know. But when you're limited by a colour palette, you get what you get. So for a kitchen, green was pretty okay. I didn't really have any problems. Yes, I forgot a fridge, but it will come when I realise. And even though I'm halfway through this, I then decided to change all the cabinets to be the rustic ones from Parenthood, just because I thought that they looked a bit older, a bit more dirty, a bit more in the sort of vibe that I was going for. Yeah, like these ones. And I think they're a bit more country cottage, which is kind of weird when you think that this is a flat or apartment. I love renovating apartments, and I loved the City Living Pack generally. It's just so much more fun, and I think it's a really good pack. I wish that you could add balconies to all of them, but you couldn't do it to this one. And I really love that sort of concept of living. I just wish there was more apartments that were smaller and gross, and there's some more in between ones. So here I am just adding as much as I can, trying to fill up as many spaces as I can, and then we're on to grey. Okay, so this is the colour I regret. Grey, it is a colour, and I actually think this is the nicest room in the whole flat, house, apartment, whatever you call it. But that kind of makes it the worst room because it doesn't really go with anything else. Like when I was taking screenshots, there's a yellow room, the blue room, everything's kind of exciting. And the grey room is just a fancy grey room, you know? And I tried to put the dining table near the window because I thought that would be really nice. So when you cook in the kitchen, then you walk out to the dining area, and I thought that was really sweet. And I did add a Murphy bed just because it was really nice. And then I was like, well, there's more sleeping space for when people stay around, and maybe if you want to pay with a bigger household. And I just really like that idea of utilising space in flats, but also having it as a sofa that you can just sit in and watch people cooking or whatever you do. But yeah, with grey, that wasn't a problem finding a swatch because everything's grey, but finding things that are just grey was hard because you kind of think, oh, is it white, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's so nice. I would actually want to live there, but is it the most exciting room? No. And yeah, I had a few rugs and paintings and pictures and a koala chair, super cute for the kid, but It's the most sophisticated room in the house, and I really like that wall there, but I just don't think it kind of matches the rest of what I was kind of going for. I think she went a bit grown up here. It's like, that's almost left over from the old person. And now we're moving to the worst colour in the world, brown. I hate brown, but I was even going to skip it, but I remembered wood is brown, and I love wood. So we still went with wood. So we still went with it, and actually that was great for a skills room. So this is a study, a skills room, got a bookcase. On retrospect, I probably should have added a seat as well, because we only have a desk and a table. And I try out a few different ideas in here. I actually think it's all right. It kind of reminds me again of the early 2000s, but I really hate brown. I don't own brown clothes. I just think it's a gross colour. It's the only colour I don't like, and I wear every single colour of the rainbow except brown. I don't own a single brown thing. And maybe I just realised, yeah, I just don't like it as a colour for home. But I think it actually looks really nice there. And in terms of desks and woods and all that sort of thing, I think it looks really nice. So I just think I like bright colours too much. Like that yellow room I think is really fun. I mean, it's awful, but it's fun for her. And now we're moving on to orange. So for orange, it is the hallway. Hallways are really difficult in The Sims because they don't really have that much specific hallway things. And even when they do, it's not necessarily orange. So I think I tried a sofa here. I get rid of that, and then I add a fireplace, which I think really brings everything together, and I just really like. And then I just tried to clutter everything up and make it. It's just basically a room that you walk through. It's not that functional. There's not much you can do here, I guess. Like you could have added a guitar, which would be orange, I guess. But yeah, this is just a fun, functional room, and I loved that this table, I could add so many things to it. It was really fun. Oh, I went back and changed quite a lot of the lights because I realised I needed to make them all the same colour as well. And I made a few fixes in post of just adding more vibrant rugs and things like that, which you'll see in screenshots. And I really love those pictures there that I just put up. They're really nice. With orange, it's hard not to go down the brown route too much, and maybe I did a bit. Maybe I needed to be a bit more vibrant with what I did, but I do add a rug, and I think that will tie it all together a lot better. And I add a shoe rack, obviously. So in terms of how this is edited, I've actually gone super quick because I wanted to keep this as a shorter video as possible. And I kind of want to know if that is the sort of thing you like, or you want me to slow down a bit. Like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer it a bit more chaotic? Do you prefer it a bit more slow down? Because obviously I've just started using my YouTube channel again, and I want to create content that people actually enjoy and want to watch. So any of your suggestions and comments would be really appreciated. You can tell me what you like, what you don't like, or what you think could be better or worse from watching a Sims video. So I like speed builds. I like seeing them build up, but have I made it too fast? And now we're going back to red. So this is the point where I was like, oh my god, I have 2 green rooms. I need to go back. And I realised I hadn't used red through the whole entire thing. So this is a weird sort of diner vibe, like the whole red and white barbershop diner. And that was the only red toilet, was like this really expensive talking toilet, is that what it is? So it kind of doesn't really match with the whole vibe, but it kind of does. It's very retro and also kind of amazing, but kind of awful. And they actually did have a red shower, so that was fine. So we have a shower and a bathtub. It's actually really nice. And then that bath mat, I thought, fitted in well with the whole red and white theme. So, and a mirror and some candles. And I'm just listing what you can see on the screen, basically. It's not really much use to you. And that is basically my every room is a different colour challenge. And this is the family I thought I'd make to go with it. I was inspired by. Do you think that they suit this flat? Because I feel like it's totally their vibe. And I said, they're so uncool. They're actually really cool. Do you agree? So here are some screenshots of the overall flat. Here's the yellow bedroom. Here is our green, gross, but kind of cool kitchen. We've got our purple bedroom from the outside because I thought I was being arty, but it just looks like a terrible screenshot. And our brown study that's quite sophisticated in a way. So yeah, let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, comment, and give me your opinions. Thank you. Bye.